of the most popular comic strips of all time, and it wasn't Garfield, and could have just kicked back and relaxed like any rich person would do. Instead, he became a political pundit and proceeded to lose half of his friends and all of his speaking engagements. Nice move, Scott. In his latest book, Win Bigly, Persuasion in a World Where Facts Don't Matter, Scott Adams explains how he was one of the first and perhaps only people to predict President Trump's victory. He's been with us all night, so let's dig into the genius brain for more. So, Scott, thank you for coming. I read the book. I enjoyed it immensely.
Thank you.
And there's a lot of good stuff in there. When you talk about persuasion, I see humor. Like, I think it, like, if you take the humor out of Trump, what's left? Right?
Actually, plenty. Part of his strength is he's got what I call a talent stack that's really unique. There's a whole bunch of skills that he's sort of B+, A- at,
Yeah.
which makes him sort of invisible to a lot of people because they look at each of his skills and they say, he's not the best speaker, he's not the smartest president,
Right.
but he's smart enough, he's a great speaker, he's not the funniest guy, but he's funny. And on top of that, he has a full set of really specific persuasion talents.
Now, it's interesting because what you're saying is be above average in a lot of things, and you could probably go further than if you were just really good at one thing.
If it's the right combination of things, and he's got the right combination.
Now, you see this stuff, and anti-Trumpers, who you have many friends, and I have many friends, and I've lost friends, and you've, I'm not exaggerating. You lost a lot in this last year, right?
Yeah, it was an expensive year. Yeah.
Yes. Do you talk to friends? Like, I have people that won't talk to me anymore. And I was critical of Trump for a year. And then I gave him the benefit of the doubt after the election. And I have people that will not respond to me.
I thought Facebook was broken. I didn't get any more posts. I was like, really? I guess nobody's traveling. Nobody's eating. There's no pictures of food here at all.
What happened to my family? You know, I think with a lot of anti-Trumpers, I think it has to do with a long-term emotional investment. If you put all your time and energy into something, then it's harder. It's like a home renovation. You can't. It's like it's not going well, but you can't get out now, right?
Yeah, I think the trigger for this massive, mass hysteria was the fact that nobody thought he was going to win, or at least the people who were most upset, and it just changed their worldview. Everything they thought was wrong, and they had to reinterpret it. And they've reinterpreted it as, well, he's a monster. There must have been more racists, and lots of crazy stuff like that.
Well, you know, you mentioned this. He's a monster. He's a racist. There are these different stages since the election, and you've been talking about how we move from one stage to the next. First, he's a monster, then he's a racist, then he's a monster and a racist. But now they're running out of things to call him. So where are we?
Well, I'd predicted about a year ago that we'd have the following arc. When he got inaugurated, it would be he's Hitler, Hitler, Hitler. After several months of not doing Hitler's stuff, then people would start saying, well, he's not Hitler exactly, but he's certainly incompetent, and he might be crazy. And that was the summer. That was the summer of incompetent and crazy. And then I predicted that he would have a body of accomplishments by then, so that by the end of the year, you'd hear something like, well, he's not Hitler, he's not crazy, he's not exactly incompetent, well, we don't like what he's doing.
Yes.
So, and you're already seeing the hints of that from both sides of the media at this point.
Yeah, at a certain point, they have to, like, it's not, maybe they overstepped. It's so funny. I overlooked a lot of the things about him because of certain, I think, I've said this before in the media, we were slightly jealous because I think he co-opted what a lot of people in the media were doing. He was like a Fox News host. So I talked to Fox News hosts who were like, I could have done it. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I do that? And I even overlooked it. I had my sister would tell me all her husband does is talk about how funny Trump is. And I didn't see that was actually, it was working its way, and it was becoming bigger than it was.
I think people supported him just for the entertainment value.
Yes,
and,
yes.
You know, like literally.
Yeah, no, I think that's what I mean. My brother-in-law would just every day would tell me something new. I am, since you're probably one of the living legendary cartoonists, I wanted to run by you my new cartoon that I drew. Can we put it up there? So this is it's an intestinal microbe. It's called Gut. And basically he's very angry. So the strip would just be him extremely upset about anything, and he would constantly be running to the bathroom. where he would have a great thought at the end, and then you'd see a flush.
I don't see how it could miss.
No, do you see it as a daily daily panel cartoon, or just once a week?
You got to run that twice a day. That's a twice a day.
Yeah. Well, they say 2 movements a day. All right. This book, Win Bigly. You'll love it. I did. I enjoyed it. Every page. Coming up, the tech industry gets grilled on Capitol Hill. You won't believe what the senator from New Kansas said to a Facebook executive. Don't go anywhere. Google testified on Capitol Hill about Russian efforts to influence the 2016 election. Several senators pushed Facebook's Colin Stretch to explain more about what the service can and can't do. It was somewhat interesting, but mostly boring. That is, until the senator from New Kansas took her turn. Then it got interesting.
The committee yields 3 minutes to the senator from New Kansas.
Okay, Colin Stretch from Facebook. Thank you for being here. How are you today?
Thank you, question.
No, I'm Kat. I'm asking the questions.
Thank you, question.
Is this guy jerking me around? Are you yanking my chain right now?
That's likely the case.
Yes, okay, I thought so. Well, I'll cut right to what everyone's thinking then. Has anyone ever told you you look like a hotter Dr. Drew?
No, Senator. Not that I'm aware of.
That's crazy. Look at the resemblance. You stole Dr. Drew's look. Guy from Twitter, look at him. Don't you think he looks like an even hotter Dr. Drew? Fine then. Moving on. I get a lot of crap from trolls on Facebook. How much of your traffic is people sending me hate mail?
About approximately 90%.
Dude, that's insane. You gonna do anything about it?
We're committing to investing more and doubling that number by the end of 2018.
What? Bro, that is just mean. Not to mention that that's 180%, which doesn't even make sense.
You raise a really important point, which is that...
You're terrible at math?
Yes, that's correct.
Well, at least we agree on something. All right, last question. I know you Facebook guys get a lot of Hollywood inside info before anyone else. Who can we expect to play the next Batman? I'm rooting for BD Wong.
We'd certainly be happy to come back to the committee and provide more details on specific actors.
Hear that? Wasn't a no. I'll take it. Till then, even hotter Dr. Drew, BD Wong for life.
If I were BD Wong, I'd think about getting some kind of security detail. All right, special thanks to Scott Adams, Lawrence Yvonne, Catherine Tim, Tyrus, our studio audience. I'm Greg Gutfeld. I love you, America.